Welcome to KIO MEX5. Today we will guide you on an extraordinary tour of the facilities of one of the most modern data centers in the country, strategically located at Mexico's largest market, Mexico City metropolitan area. This data center houses the digital infrastructure ecosystems of several industries with the most relevant companies and organizations in the country and the region. Before starting, you must know the following. The four main pillars that maintain the availability of a data center with all redundant components are electrical power systems, cooling systems, telecommunications, security, and fire protection. Our world-class infrastructure in our buildings is designed and built under standards according to the best international practices. Let's start with our name. KIO is a Swahili word that means mirror. This symbolizes the essential elements of redundancy, that is, duality in the core components of our services. You will be able to observe this during our tour. What are our distinguishing elements? We can say that we have two significant distinguishing elements. On the one hand, we are an agnostic company in both telecommunications and hardware, and this means that we only work with the most appropriate suppliers, so that each solution is entirely useful and functional without forcing our customers to consume a specific brand. On the other hand, we have the most robust digital ecosystem in the region. It offers an enormous possibility to lead your business towards direct connections with different companies and industries, giving you an infinite opportunity to collaborate with partners, customers, and suppliers. KIO Network has built these customer ecosystems over more than 18 years in the market. KIO Data Exchange Ecosystem. We are aware that today you require a digital ecosystem where everything connects and generates a large amount of data. We are also aware that when this data is correctly analyzed, it will allow you to predict behaviors, carry out strategies to be more competitive, and change the way you do business in the future. Due to the exponential increase in the volume of information and the new tools for extensive analysis, there is a global need to be able to send and receive these enormous amounts of data in a direct, fast, and secure way. In this new business context, this data center presents an essential infrastructure for mission-critical systems and the technological development of companies. Today, the business models of companies depend directly on their ability to interact in real time with more and more customers, partners, suppliers, and employees. In other words, companies face the need to share large amounts of data with teams located anywhere in the world. It enables business growth for multiple reasons. We allow the expansion of horizons to new countries quickly, efficiently, and on demand. We allow multiple clouds to scale up to their full potential. We train companies so that they can establish control over their platforms. We provide proximity to digital services. We strengthen cybersecurity by using private connections. At KIO Networks, we have hosted at our data centers the leading carriers, IXPs, content providers, hyperscalers, the most important local stock exchanges in Mexico, as well as direct connectivity to the most recognized clouds in the world. Some of our most remarkable success stories are: we host the essential financial entities in the country. We simplify millions of government procedures. Now, we are ready to start the tour. Join us! We will show you the infrastructure and critical systems we have. This data center has 27,000 square meters of land and 16,300 square meters of construction. Data center current active white space is 4,000 square meters, 4.4 megawatts of redundant power. Another 3,000 square meters, 4.4 megawatts, are available for future white space expansion. This data center has two global certifications associated with reliability and performance standards, such as Uptime Tier 3, which certify the design and facility, and ICREA Level 5, which certify the redundancy levels of the electrical cooling, security, safeguard, and telecommunication systems. It also has certifications for sustainable building and energy efficiency, such as LEED Silver and CETA Gold. Both certifications recognize the crucial characteristics of efficiency in construction and other innovative solutions that allow to reduce energy consumption in the cooling system substantially with direct and indirect free cooling capabilities. The redundant electrical system is one of the most critical elements to maintain the continuous operation of our data centers. KIO MEX5 has two different sources of electrical energy: the main utility and the power generators within the facilities. The utility includes greater reliability with double power supply by different routes, a dedicated underground primary supply, and an overhead secondary supply. The connection receives medium voltage from the utility power network at 23,000 volts, reducing the voltage to 480 through two redundant substations with their transformers. In the event of a utility power outage, we have a transfer system to obtain the supply from our 6 generators. These generators automatically turn on when they detect a loss of voltage from the commercial network provider. It has a generation capacity of 16 megawatts with an N+1 redundancy topology. We have to mention that the generators can operate continuously to ensure the availability of energy during any contingency in the utility power network. We have diesel tanks with a capacity of 200,000 liters, which allow us an autonomy of 7 days without refueling. Furthermore, we maintain diesel supply contracts with 2 different suppliers that can provide a service on the same day of request to always keep the level of the tanks above 80%. It is essential to mention that the maintenance of the generators is carried out by certified personnel, applying the MOP procedures according to the manufacturer's manuals, with functionality tests every 2 weeks and with load banks to ensure their correct operation. The UPS systems and their battery banks provide uninterruptible power to the equipment housed in the data center, while the generators start and reach the frequency and operating parameters. As the external utility power network normalizes, the transfer system performs an automatic sequence to return to the preferred source. We have a 2N redundancy topology in the UPS systems. There are 2 independent UPS systems, one bus A and another bus B, that supply redundant and continuous power to the IT racks. A single UPS system can support the entire load. MEX5 has currently 16 UPS, each with a 625 kVA's capacity, and as a compartmentalization measure, it has an exclusive area for UPS and another room for the battery banks. Battery banks have VRLA and lithium-ion batteries that allow the system an autonomy of 7 minutes, even though it only takes 15 seconds to transfer the loads to our generators. Power is distributed to the racks or cabinets through PDUs to reduce the voltage from 480 to 208 volts. The PDUs are connected to the RPP distribution boards, where the power circuits provide power to the racks in a 2N topology. In summary, the electrical system that powers the IT equipment is designed with a high availability topology through 2 electrical buses with redundant substations, generators, transfer switchers, UPS, PDUs, and RPPs, allowing to maintain the electrical supply in a continuous and reliable mode. For lightning discharges, we have 2 independent protection systems, Faraday cage, Franklin point. A highly reliable and energy-efficient cooling system keeps IT equipment in optimal operating environmental conditions. Based on international standards and benchmarks such as ASHRAE TC 9.9, KIO data centers maintain airflow at the optimum temperature. It allows the extraction of heat that is mainly generated by the electronics of the IT equipment. KIO MEX5 has 2 high-efficiency cooling technologies: RTU units of 150 tons with direct free cooling, air-cooled chillers of 200 tons with indirect free cooling. Each data hall, number 1, number 2, and number 3, is equipped with 5 RTUs with an N+1 redundancy topology. Data hall number 4 has 3 chillers with N+1 redundancy. To optimize the use of electrical energy, we have highly efficient cooling systems. We also maintain continuous improvement projects in air and cooling management. For example, we design and maintain cold aisle and hot aisle plans in the cabinet layout, supplying cold air to the front of the servers and removing hot air to the rear. Moreover, we implement cold aisle containment to avoid phenomena such as bypass and recirculation. The correct operation of a cooling system is being monitored by the building management system and operation engineers who are on site 24/7. The BMS system notifies the operating conditions of temperature, humidity, pressure, and percentage use of free cooling. It also monitors the operating conditions of the electrical infrastructure to maintain air quality, in addition to the changes of MERV filters in the different layers. Specialized personnel carry out 2 thorough annual cleanings using vacuum cleaners with HEPA filters, verifying compliance with the parameters of ISO 14644 for clean rooms. KIO is green and environmentally friendly. Since the very beginning of the design of a new data center, our premise is to ensure high energy efficiency and high availability. Furthermore, when the data center is in operation, we continue monitoring energy efficiency with metrics such as PUE. The energy consumed in the data centers is 99% from renewable sources. We are very proud and committed to receiving the highest operational and energy efficiency recognitions in the Data Center Dynamics Awards Latin America to continue striving to maintain a high availability and, at the same time, energy efficiency best practices. The neutrality in our data centers allows our clients to be able to connect with any operator or carrier that offers the most appropriate services according to their needs. That is, the neutrality of carriers keeps control of a business in the hands of a customer due to the flexibility when choosing service levels, products, and prices. KIO is a carrier-neutral multi-tenant data center colocation provider, and this means that all carriers are welcome to join KIO to generate ecosystems for collaboration and information exchange. Our customers can benefit by having multiple connectivity options and telecom providers for their solutions. Our data center has 2 independent fiber entry routes where the carriers can enter the site and in compliance with the redundancy best practices. We have local and international carriers connected to our data centers. The fiber optic that comes from the outside reaches the different MPOEs, where all the carrier services are found, whether they are fiber optic or UTP. The raised flooring system is modular and of a reticular type. It is composed of 60 x 60 cm plates with anti-static characteristics, which has a concrete core and is Underwriter Laboratory certified for use in computer centers. The elevation of the full plenum reaches 90 cm, which allows a perfect distribution of the air in it. Besides, the cable distribution trays do not impede airflow. It is essential to mention that this height allows us to handle the 3 levels of trays. In the lower one, we have the electrical circuits. In the middle, we lay the fiber optic. And in the upper one, we have the UTP copper cabling. With this, we mitigate any interference by the electromagnetic fields of the circuits, and at the same time, we allow the adequate flow of cold air. Due to the neutrality that KIO Networks wields, we have ecosystems that allow the interconnection of different clients for collaboration, peering, or sharing processes. It means savings in connectivity through cross-connections within the same data center, reducing also latency. A clear example is that as we have the engines of a leading private financial entity in Mexico, the different partners and suppliers directly connect. It allows the request of brokers and traders in the stock market immediately to enter because they share the same data center. We offer direct connections to the public clouds throughout the hosted local cloud on-ramp infrastructures of Microsoft Azure Express Route and Google Cloud Interconnect operating in KIO Querétaro 1 data center. This data center hosts IXP Internet traffic exchange points to allow local networks to exchange information efficiently and eliminating the need to go abroad. It improves the quality and reduces the cost of Internet access. KIO has 4 IXPs hosted: Querétaro 1, MEX2, MEX5, and Mérida 1. Due to the critical and private information the data centers host, it is essential to establish security levels to safeguard the entire facility. Therefore, this data center has 5 security rings. Some crucial elements in physical security are KIO Link app for access requests and validation of authorized users, 5 access control points with security guards in custody 24/7, man-trap locks, metal detector arc and X-ray systems at a reception, access to critical areas through facial recognition, biometrics, and card reader validation, electromagnetic keypad locks to access the customer's rack or private cage, 24/7 on-site and remote monitoring of facilities from the Physical Security Operating Center with about 200 HD cameras with a recording of more than 90 days. Periodic tours of the security guards throughout the building. To safeguard people and the hosted infrastructure, the data center has the following elements. We equip our buildings with VESDA early fire detection monitoring systems, which allow us to detect an outbreak of fire hours before it becomes critical. It works through a suction system and an intelligent analysis console scanner which evaluates the air particles and quality. To complement the detection, we have specific smoke detectors throughout the building. Fire suppression is through clean agents Novik and high fog, as well as pre-action dry pipe dual interlock sprinkler system in compliance with NFPA standards. The professional operation of redundant electrical, cooling, communications, security, and safeguard system previously seen allow to provide a high availability required by technological solutions with different hosting options. Our data center white space design can accommodate wholesale hyperscalers projects but also retail colocation customers. Also, we have permanent office areas for external personnel who need to operate from the facilities in case of activation of their DRP. We also offer remote support services to perform tasks on the equipment requested by customers while they maintain virtual remote control. In addition to the high availability hosting service of the data centers, to take you to the highest level, KIO Networks offers you the most robust and innovative services on the market, such as managed services, cloud services, application management, data analytics, and cybersecurity. Everything that happens inside the data center is reflected in the functionality of the outside world where we live. From here, we make transactions with stock exchanges possible. We facilitate medical tasks. We allow essential communication between people. We facilitate learning through virtual classes. And we share everything necessary for a significant technological transformation in modern society. KIO Networks, infrastructure and technology to make business and institutions reach their potential.